Hello and welcome to another episode of Blackboard Wednesday. I am your host, Jonah. This is where we cover music theory, ideas, concepts, and other music tutorials. In last week's episode, we covered the first part of intervals, and in today's episode, we're going to continue exploring intervals. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so again, we're looking at the notes in the C major scale. They're composed of C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to C. The cool thing about C major is that it's the only major key that has no sharps or flats, which means that it only has natural notes or all white keys. So now to go into intervals. Intervals, again, is just the space between two notes. If we're starting on C as our bass note and we're jumping to D, that would be an interval of a major second, and that is made up of one whole step. A half step would be the next note over. If I'm starting at C, the next note over would be C sharp. C sharp isn't in the key of C major, so we'd have to jump another half step to D natural, and that is one whole step because a half and a half is a whole. So from C to D is a major second, or the distance of one whole step. Now the same thing applies to E. If we're jumping from C to E, we're going half, one and a half, two whole steps, and that makes a major third. Now we're going to F, and we don't use major or minor when we're talking about fourths and fifths. We instead use perfect, augmented, or diminished. In this case, in the major scale, it's a perfect fourth. So the distance from C to F would be 2.5 steps. Now, again, we're going from C to G, and that is a perfect fifth, and that would be 3.5 steps. C to A is a major sixth, that is 4.5 steps. So C to A is 4.5 steps. C to B is a major seventh, and that is 5.5 steps. And then we make it back to C, which would be a full octave, and that is 6 whole steps. Well, I hope you found this information useful. It's a different way of looking at intervals, breaking them down into musical steps instead of just using the major scale as a reference point. If you have any questions or recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please like and share. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Once again, thank you, and I hope to see you next week.